Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Boom Bar. My name is Shola Rogers.
And my name is Ola Deluko.
Together, we
Oh,
will
that sounds so cute.
be bringing to
That
you
sounds so cute.
1 hour of solid talk. We're talking politics, we're talking entertainment,
Sports.
sports, and everything in between. You know, people are defecting,
People are
people are producing movies.
producing movies.
Yeah, people
They're
have been
playing ball.
producing, but some kind of funny people are producing movies.
Mm-hmm.
And everything in between. So today is the 6th of July 2021. We bid you a warm welcome.
And so, my name is Ola Deluko.
I don't like it when
that
you
you know.
pause like that. Most times you're up to no good.
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
So you know what? Let's before we maybe not before. Of course, we're diving right into it. Yeah. And I think that everybody will be itching like, okay, let's first things first. Let us address the elephant in the room.
It's just me and you.
If there will be an elephant, it'll probably be you.
I like that. At least I would survive when it's left. You will be an ant and you'll be crushed.
Okay. Anyway, you know what I mean. So can we just not
I
start
don't
today?
actually. I'm
Let's
not
just not
clairvoyant. I
start
can't
today.
read your mind.
So yesterday
And
started
wait, I just want to announce
that
looking at the monitor, I need to suck belly, make sure it's fine. So in case you guys find it difficult to breathe,
I cannot carry you. Oh. I
Carry-
don't carry you if you faint.
elephants do not need to be carried.
I cannot carry you, just so you know.
Elephants do the
I'm
carrying.
just telling you. But what if the elephant faints?
This one won't.
At this point,
And of course, we failed to mention that we also do birthdays here. Yesterday, stupidly, I forgot it was my sister's birthday, ST.
wow, are
You
you
know?
kidding?
Yeah, I didn't forget. I spoke to her, but I was going to celebrate her on the show.
The show.
But here's me and the crew saying happy
Happy
birthday to you.
belated birthday.
Yeah, belated birthday greetings to you. And I'm glad that the people who are murdering English on social media have not found a way to murder belated.
No,
No, they've already destroyed in advance. In Adi.
I got
Hmm?
happy birthday belated. No, belated happy birthday.
It's fine. At least they still use the word.
The word, not adi.
In Adi.
You know that not up until like a few months ago, I actually knew what that meant. Like, what exactly is that?
I think I was breaking it down here the other day for people, and someone is still like, is that what you meant? I said, yeah, that's what it meant. That's what it
You
meant.
get?
In Adi. In Adi, please, if you are in
See,
the mood,
people
sorry,
that know me,
if you are
if
used to
you're-
saying things like, please stop.
be far from me. I just don't. If you're,
In
I'm
Adi.
a very strong advocate of whatever it is that you don't even have to speak English. Oh, if it's Yoruba or Hausa or French or whatever it is, speak the correct one. I'm not saying that everybody's perfect, but just make an effort.
And
Just you
talk-
just can't.
talking about making an effort and doing the right thing. Someone very close to me also is bereaved, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, and our condolences to him. You know, his wife just passed on a few hours ago. It's actually very painful.
Wow. Sad.
She was someone I knew, and she was an amazing human being.
Wow. Sad. But anyways, we hope that God will grant them the fortitude to how do we say that thing?
To
bear
bear the
the
loss.
loss.
Yeah.
To bear the loss. And on that note, I think, like I said before, it is time to actually address the elephant in the room. And for people that do not know what I'm talking about, or people that are feigning ignorance, whichever category that you fall into, I would help you. Yesterday evening, the news was all over the place, where apparently somebody had, don't let me even put somebody because this person does not even deserve anonymity. A certain Yoruba actor Yomi Fabi. Apparently, there's been news all over for a few days. I had heard it a few days before that he was producing a movie that was supposed to portray. Thank you. That was supposed to portray the alleged sexual act of the Baba Jesha and Princess being involved and the girl actually being involved. Yeah. Also, it was also supposed to put Iyabo Ojo, who was always been like at the forefront of this thing since it started, also put her in a bad light in some funny way. And of course, I heard it in like one or two people's interviews.
Even
Iyabo Ojo herself had talked about it.
Then,
Yeah.
That's about the firebrand blogger. That's about. She talked about it too.
Oh really?
Yes, she did. In an interview with the president of the Association of Actors.
Okay, yeah, I think I remember we had that discussion. And it's funny how finally the movie actually came out on YouTube. And a lot of people, a whole lot of people, going off for the first time, because even when this whole thing started, I kind of understand a lot of actors that they just don't want to. They might actually have something to say, which, to be honest, even if you have something to say or you want to sympathize with people involved, you might not even have to put it on social media, which is understandable, yeah? Now, after posting this movie, a lot of these people that have actually not said anything on social media finally started coming out to talk about this thing, about how it was such a despicable act for you to do the things that he's doing.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so it's disgusting. It's vexatious. It's nauseating. It's everything negative that you can think of in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Not only as an actor gone ahead to glorify and romanticize and really publicize child molestation, he has also taken a swipe at a colleague's life, painting her in a light that is
to
not
me,
her
it
own
just
at
comes
all.
of like it's
To the
jealousy,
point.
like it's probably just that has been going around that you are the one that finally has mouth like.
If it's jealousy, you wouldn't approach it this way. You're not rivals in any way. She's not a match for him. If you put them side by side, who is he? What has he done? He's making YouTube videos. He could do boys and making YouTube videos.
And they're even
And they are
more
bigger.
popular.
They've been on CNN. They've been on all the talk shows in America.
Yeah, they're on Netflix.
They're on
Netflix
Netflix.
actually gifts them stuff.
They're on their way to America any moment from now for the premiere, of that movie that
I think I
made
remember. Yeah.
a trailer of. So, what is a Yomi Fabi other than an irritant? Yes, I have come on air to say this.
I actually don't feel. I don't
think
feel bad about that using that word.
You make a movie in someone's name, and you pay, and for you to know that it was an attack. It's not about being jealous.
Oh yeah, it was. It was like
I
direct.
had to go
It was
through
very direct.
this guy's social media. So for weeks, it was writing things like, "You think that you can get away with anything? I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to review this. I'm going to expose this and expose that." So it was actually a premeditated attack.
It was. I agree with you.
On the person of Iyabo Ojo. If this guy was really helping Baba Jesha's alleged rape case and child molestation case, he won't be doing this. He's helping himself. He even made a video a few hours ago saying, okay, yeah, they made one video private,
And
but go and watch another video.
And this
because that's what he wanted. He wanted the high balls.
And this is what I was talking about with.
It was about him.
I think
Chasing
Iyabo Ojo
clout.
had talked about it, that
Chasing
the fact
clout.
that he was just using, unfortunately, someone like the Baba Jesha will probably think that he's helping him.
Oh.
But it's obvious that this guy is just taking advantage of the situation to chase clout. And you know, we're talking about this thing yesterday evening, yeah. And the truth is that, for me, I think I'd completely given up on who he is. I was talking to a friend this morning, and she was like that. She was, the only thing that annoyed her was not even him, because she had written him off a while ago, so there was just no point. But the people that engaged, that acted in that movie, that what excuse will they come up with that you didn't read the script?
Look, you won't be surprised.
What exactly? What would you say happened?
One of them went to court. Remember the Yoruba actor who went to court and was talking down women and said, "Oh, every woman has had some."
He's in the movie, actually.
He's also in the movie. So you understand that this thing was premeditated. That it's like a carcass thing. Like they got together to say, "We don't like this person, and we're going to deal with her." And so that's why all of those people are in that movie. Some of them will do it for free because of the hatred.
They just want to,
you know. But the sad part is some of the actors that we used to love and respect.
Do you understand? And then you see them in those movies, and you're like,
Taiwo Hassan is in that movie. Lola DJ is in that movie. Elisha is in that movie. These are people
and these are old, like veterans, like, and you're wondering, like, it was just a few days ago that we're hearing about the ER Rainbow thing, and then, you know, this thing is not just about, as much as a lot of people would say it as it's about the princess and a god and a ward or a child or whatever. I think this is not just about that alone. It has really, really brought out who people really are.
Yeah, it's the unraveling of your so-called icons or your so-called actors and the popular people, because it's actually better if you have not said anything to just keep quiet now.
Yeah.
Most of them who have said something have said very idiotic things, and they've really shown that they're not to be trusted, and they do not deserve any form of respect.
They don't. It's
anyway.
You know, it's almost like the saying that they say that it's better you don't meet your mentor.
Don't meet your mentors.
It's not like they're mentors, but they're people that maybe because they've been in this industry for so long.
Yeah.
You just accord some level of respect
to them,
and you're wondering, like,
and how they got this how this young man got all of them misbehaving is what I just don't know. In that same movie that he has made, Oko Iyabo, there are little children playing a role there.
You actually,
there's a part of the movie where a young guy, a little boy, I'm sure that boy is not up to 10 years old, ask a girl of his age, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And the little girl, a small girl, is made to act the role where she says she wants to be a prostitute.
And at times you wonder, like,
listen, she wants to be a prostitute. A small child is made to play a role where she says she wants to be a prostitute when she grows up. That's someone's child.
And you're wondering, this is, how does a parent release your
child? What about the child protection laws of Nigeria and Lagos? Should a child be put in such a position where she's acting such derogatory roles?
I saw a clip of that thing. That child is no more than 12, max.
You know.
I don't know.
So there you go. You shoot a movie. You can shoot a movie just like the president of Tampan, Mr. Latin, said that people can shoot movies and call it whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's when they see the content that they're going to react. So Tampan actually reacted and asked him to come for a meeting.
I personally think it's not even just him. Every single person that acted in that movie needs to be sanctioned.
No, they mentioned the name of his director, the director of the movie too. And I start to wonder, like, let's not lose sight of what's going on here.
Let's even look at it from the angle of a case that is in court. Is it not against the law for you to have opinion and I can't remember what exactly it's called, for you to now take that particular case, literally reenacted what is supposed to be evidence that got leaked, and you reenacted it
That's why I said-
into the movie.
That's
like,
why I said,
what?
is he really helping his so-called friend now? Because I think the prosecution can use this movie
Yes.
to show you how twisted these people's minds are. You know, in the movie, he made it look like the little girl was in love
Yeah.
with Baba Ijesha. That's what they made it look like. In that movie, the explanation for why did Baba Ijesha open all the doors and rooms to confirm if people were there,
Because
In
it's
the-
a new house.
they made it, oh, there's a new house, this house is different from the other one, and he touched her hand and said, oh, is your hand, why is your hand so cold? And he starts to lick the girl's hands.
And you know the funny thing
Yeah.
is that one thing that people, I think that a lot of people don't get, that I've come to realize that people don't get is when it comes to children, and I've heard when people say that this child, they were in a relationship together.
A child.
There's something that people need to
Relationship
understand.
with a child.
There's nothing like consent when it comes to a child. And when it comes to Nigerian laws as of today, though, you have to be 18. Once it becomes a child, it's statutory rape, whether there's child consent or not. That's what a lot of people don't get. It's not about the child. It's the law assumes the child does not have a say.
When you say they don't get it, is it that they don't get it or they don't care?
Because I think I think some people don't know. Because honestly, let's be honest. I think that people don't get it. That it has nothing, like absolutely nothing, to do with what you feel like. It's not about you. It's literally about a child cannot literally have consent. And I think that's where people are getting it warped, or that you have
A 14-year-old girl.
people have gone to jail because they dated
The guy
a
is
child.
47 or so, right? The Baba Ijesha guy is in his 40s now.
Yeah,
So a 14-year-old girl gave you consent
like
to have sexual relationships with her.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know what we're expecting.
And Mr. Fabi Yomi thinks
And
it
he
is okay.
thinks that is okay.
There's a video of him talking to someone. I think it was a live chat on Instagram that I saw online. And in that video, let me paraphrase. It's more or less saying the same thing that he now put in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, the girl knew him and they were together, and the girl had missed him and blah blah blah. You know, it's just, and I'm like, you don't get what you're saying. Even if all of these things that you're saying is true,
It's true.
she's 14.
That already changes the dynamics, whether you like it or not. It's a very sad thing. It's sad how, you know, when you see a lot of those old people.
You find a lot of rape apologists out there.
Yeah.
They cut across genders, male and female.
It's obvious that
A lot of people.
there are a lot of people, and that's why I said that it is what has now opened up the real problem of our society. That is more, to me these days, it's looking like it's more about the rape apologists than even the rapists themselves.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who are rape apologists, and again, we don't know where to draw the line between being fans and being human.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, because you're a big fan of this person's done something wrong, and you think that you have to support the person or whatever. I don't think that's right. But this is how far and how low we have come.
We have come.
And I don't even know if there's any solution in sight with the way things are. So you know what this idiotic Yomi Fabi guy has done now is now done a giveaway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a few moments ago
That
he's giving out 10k to 10 people. He wants to do a 100k giveaway, and he's putting hashtag peace there. And the first post that this guy put out, there are about 500 comments. So I went through the comments, and people are going on about, oh, is it poverty that's making people lose their head like this? So he's put out the receipts. He used a commercial bank, so you can print the online receipts now, and he's put out about 8 or 9. I don't know, maybe it's up to 10.
It's obvious that we don't have
this
values.
Is a guy who has never done a giveaway before in his entire existence. I stand to be corrected, though.
We don't have values. It's what it is. We just don't.
People can't tell him to shove the thing up where the light doesn't shine.
We don't have values. Like I said, like you had said earlier, it's obvious that there are a lot of rape apologists.
Too many of them.
Too many. And so still talking about this, a particular actress now had come out to say she has actually accused this same Yomi Fabiyi of frustrating her because she rejected his sexual advances. Basically, she spoke about it yesterday that he really he had vowed to frustrate her efforts in the movie industry, that he stopped putting her in roles, that he made snide remarks about her both verbally and his text on social media.
Apparently, some people have said that the actress in question, that they've seen where this Yomi Fabiyi guy, actually has written some things about this person on social media. Yeah, that he shades her or writes derogatory things. I think this guy is a predator. But
I agree.
This is the sad part. This lady that's come out to talk now would not have proof. You get? Yes, I believe her story. It's my opinion.
I do.
Believe.
Other
I'm
than not even with the
lawyer.
kind of person he is now,
policeman.
you can see.
But
No,
the problem is that
there's no point.
people like him will always get away with all sorts of things until there are hard facts. And this is what Princess said about doing.
This is
with the other guy.
Because imagine,
his best friend.
Let's assume.
And you can know why they are best friends now.
Let's assume that there was actually no form of evidence. That's the end. It wouldn't have even dragged this long.
Talk.
The issue wouldn't have even dragged.
The matter would have ended.
It would have ended a long time ago. And I'm talking about actors, not removing anything from this story. Just wanted to bunch it together. This is good news, yeah? As Nollywood actor, more like Nollywood veteran, Richard Mofe Damajo, RMD, that people know as RMD,
Oppressor.
is 60 today.
Oppressor.
He's actually 60.
He's an oppressor.
Why is he an oppressor? What did he do to you?
How can you be 60 and be looking like that now, bros? What's up now? Bros, why are you doing this now? Why are you doing this to your boys? It's not fair. You're looking too good, man. For real, though. For real.
You know the kind of people that that if you want to have sugar daddy in your life, and then you
RMD.
have like RMD, you'll be proud to say like, Jenna,
Don't let that to you, Jumavika.
I'm just saying. I'm saying my own out. Some people will not.
And I co-sign, although I'm straight like that, yeah, but I co-sign on your behalf for yourself, so that you can have all the fun in the world, But
I think he's done amazing for himself.
What we're trying to do here,
Yeah.
we're basically trying to celebrate the man, Richard
At
Mofe
60.
Damajo at 60.
He's had a wonderful career and is still like really in it. And
I remember.
it's like he's getting better every day.
I remember when he acted in a TV series. It was a detective TV series way back when. That's the first time I actually saw him. Oh, who's this guy? And guess what? Most of the guys that he acted with, we don't really see them
like
anymore.
That.
Some of them are still around.
Yeah,
They're there.
like you still see him in a lot of movies. And you know what?
RMD has stayed.
I'm still waiting for what's it
top.
called. Even though I'm putting out a very snide remark at Kemi Adetiba right now, though. But I heard that he is supposed to be in King of Boys too. Like, the kind of things that not just that you're looking forward to the movie. You're looking for some certain people that they've added to the cast of the movie, and you're like, you just know that this person, am I the only one that feels like that? Like, there are few people like RMD that when you see them in a movie, you're like, okay, it's not a
It's quality,
you know,
most likely.
I saw a movie like a few days ago, and he acted an Ajegule boy, old Ajegule man that grew up in Ajegule, that used to be like the head of the what's it called, like the head of the area boys before he turned out clean and everything.
Yeah.
Do you know? And it was just
You
fantastic.
pull it off now. It's RMD.
It was just fantastic.
I remember the movie, one of the most recent ones I've seen of him. It was like him and some older actors. You know, they were just stubborn boys. You know, Victor Olauton.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
I know the movie you're talking about. Yeah, I think I know the movie you're
they
talking
were in
about.
that movie together.
Sure, at times they're like
So RMD is able to pull up any role.
anything.
It's versatile
Yes,
like that.
yes,
And
yes. I agree.
the longevity that he has actually
Experience.
experienced in the
It
industry.
takes a lot of work. Takes
he
a
went
lot of.
he went into politics.
Mm-hmm.
It did not take anything away from his
The
career.
career, he came
a lot
back
of people
and
never
it was
bounced back from
yeah,
things
and he
like
came
that.
back and he was still like it's
And
still
he slotted in
RMD.
seamlessly.
Exactly.
You know, so you find it hard to believe that RMD is 60.
He's 60.
He's looking very good physically, you know, and we just like to say, bro,
Celebrate him
bros,
here.
cut soap for us to make RMD cut soap for us.
Okay.
We'll see how the matter go.
And now going back to the issue of suspects and everything. Now, Lagos
we're
State.
not talking about that.
No.
Fabi guy again.
Lagos State House of Assembly. I think this is something. I saw this news yesterday, and I was very happy because this is something that it was almost like as if they heard us having this conversation last week. Yeah, how the Lagos State House of Assembly on Monday, that was yesterday, has now passed a bill to stop the media parade of suspects by the police. The bill is the amendment of the Lagos State Criminal Justice Law. He had actually, the deputy speaker of the house was one that saw to the passage of the bill, and all they're waiting for now is the assent by the state governor. But if this happens, the bill will stop police from parading suspects before the media in Lagos State.
You know, I don't know why we started
That
doing
even happened
that
in the first place.
They must have had a
Because
reason for it.
apparently now they're saying that what actually also brought about this bill is that several lawyers and human rights activists and civil society organizations have always called for its end, saying it also does not protect the human rights of suspects. And it's true. I even think, to be honest, I'm not even sure I thought about it from that angle, because the truth is that some of these people are actually innocent. They say that people are actually innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
But you already put them in the public eye. 1, 2. Those things could actually taint the case. I think it's even endangering their lives.
I think that it's good when we review things.
Yeah.
I don't know why they started parading suspects.
In the first place.
I'm not saying it was not to meet something then, but it looks like it has outlived its relevance.
Nobody does this. We're not
Again, it's
1950.
It's okay for law enforcement people to come out at press statements, at press conferences and media palace to say this is what we've done and all of that, without necessarily bringing.
Yeah, because even
I like when they at times display vehicles that have been
those things are even not human beings.
And stuff,
There's a particular case that human rights lawyer, Femi Falana and SAN had actually approached the High Court, the Federal High Court in Abuja, about this matter.
Mhm.
He was also talking about he was talking about the act of violation of Section 36, subsection 5 of the Constitution, that the African Charter on Human Rights and People's Rights, Human and People's Rights. He has also said different places that it is only the poor and less privileged that most of the time are paraded before the media. That most rich suspects are treated with dignity and respect.
Wait. Come to think of it, I can't remember any which suspect being
Or
paraded.
politician that was what's it called that was paraded. None.
Like for instance, recently, a top banker was sentenced to prison. I think that case lasted for about 10 years or so.
Yeah.
But I do not recall at any point in time this guy being paraded at the police command or anywhere. Do you?
Nope. And you know I
think,
like what Lagos State is doing, because now they had said that the bill was passed yesterday, and immediately it was transferred to the Lagos State governor's office
For
that
assent.
same yesterday.
Yeah, so they're not playing around.
So they're not playing around. But now they're also saying that the Lagos State Commissioner of Police has not said anything about the position of the police, which I don't think they have a position, because once it becomes law, they don't have a choice.
That's where the problem is. I don't know what the constitution will say about this. The reason why I said that is it's a federal police.
Yes,
But
but
with
it's
state
within.
command.
Yeah, it's
So that's the,
it's
that's where
the,
that's where my
it's
confusion
the
stems from.
jurisdiction.
Yes, but if the commissioner of police in Lagos says, "I'm going to obey this law," and the IG overrules him, what's he going to do?
So I get
So
what you're saying.
this
What
has to
can
be
make
made
it work?
a national.
I think it should be made a national thing. I've never ever seen the reason why we've ever done this thing. Like, it just doesn't make that much sense to me. Like, nobody else does this in the world. I don't get it.
The one that even
And you see how
the one that vexes me the most.
journalists now suddenly become detectives, and they are asking questions, and 90% of times those questions don't make sense.
Yeah.
Or remember the one that we saw that it was they
What
were asking
what
an
advice do you have?
alleged serial killer.
serial rapist and murderer.
What advice do you have for Nigeria? Are you kidding?
What advice?
I'm sorry, if I was the boss of that person that asked that question, as you're coming back to the office, you are getting fired. Like, that's an embarrassment. If you do not have a question to ask, just keep quiet.
All right, you're still listening to the Boom Bar on your Boom Radio NG, Shola Rogers, and
Dolupo. Yeah, it's Ola Dolupo. You can call
You
me
know.
Dolu or Ola Dolu,
the one and only.
or the one and only. Or Bambino, choose whichever
Oh,
one you
you
want.
finally came out with Bambino.
Is that the first time you're hearing about it?
No, this is the first time you're saying it boldly like you're Bambino. There are times when you didn't even like hearing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen you vex for people before.
Because it's not everybody. I cannot just be.
But now you're telling the world.
Yeah.
The world
Still,
is
does not mean that if I don't.
everybody.
No, does not mean if I don't like your curry, I'll tell you. I don't have energy. Anyway, still
You're-
talking about the
you're a case.
police in Ogun State. They have raised alarm that members of various cult groups are planning to launch attacks that may result in bloodletting and wanton destruction of property in the state. The police hinted that the incident would happen tomorrow, that's Wednesday, when cultists will be celebrating what they call 7/7, being 7th of July 2021. And as a result, the Ogun State Police Command has warned those nursing such devilish intentions to retrace their steps, stressing that such a move will be met with strong resistance from security agencies.
Man. Right,
They are telling you, respect yourself.
right before our very eyes,
Respect yourself.
the world is changing. The world is changing. A lot of things are happening that at times we only used to read about them,
They're telling you to
but now we're
respect
experiencing
yourself.
them. We have cultists leaving the shores of Nigeria, going to
As in, it's embarrassing.
Foreign
It
land.
is embarrassing. I think it's very, very, very embarrassing, actually.
and
You need
getting
to
into
embarrass yourself and your family
fights, and they are
members.
maiming and
And your family
killing
members
themselves.
in public.
celebrating all sorts of things. And what exactly do you gain or benefit from this at the end of the day? I don't even want to know. I just hope that the youth of Nigeria will wake up and realize that time is ticking away. and the world is moving on. Kudos to people who are gainfully employed, people who are creating employment, who are hanging in there even when there's no employment and working hard and not reverting to crime.
Some people, it's not about employment. Some people are just terrible.
Yeah,
They're just terrible
that's what
people.
I'm saying, without reverting to crime. Because some people don't know that whatever it is, whatever cultism that it's a crime. It's a criminal offense. That's why you're doing it in the dark. And now you're getting more brazen. Does that make it right? Cutting short people's lives and maiming them and doing everything. To what aim? To what end?
Exactly. It's sad though, but basically, people of Ogun State and generally everybody should really just keep safe. People should be very vigilant and be very quick to. We know that we talked about it not once, not twice. That people need to be very vigilant about their environment. Even the security agencies, they need this information. This will aid their work as fast as possible. And moving on from that, there's something that happened over the weekend that everybody has been talking about back and forth. And of course, we've seen different angles to it, different media houses talking about different angles to it. Of course, you know, some people are just who they are. But anyway, moving on. This matter is what happened when a few people actually went to a particular church on Sunday and decided to, it was alleged that they decided to protest. In the church premises. And the pastor was said to have called security operatives, and these people were arrested.
Okay, so that's like why it's always good to research, ask questions, and try to find out what's going on first before jumping on the bandwagon. They were splashing the headlines all over that Buhari must go people, or DSS arrest people for protesting in church and blah blah blah. They made it look like members of the church were
protesting,
turning against the president of the country and the pastor, but that's exactly not what happened. So apparently, a group of people, about 10 of them, stormed the Dunamis church and basically took politics to church, and nothing that the pastor of the church endorsed, and this led to them being arrested. Now, it's not a crime to protest. It's your basic right to
human right, yeah,
to protest.
And
rights.
we talked about this yesterday, actually.
There are things that the law says about it, though, but a lot of times they look the other way so that it doesn't look
just
like you're being stifled.
yeah, it's being stifled, yeah.
But why take that to a church? Let's flip it a bit. Would you take that to a mosque on a Friday? During Jumat?
And you know what you just said now, yeah, made me remember something. I think I was in 300 level when this thing happened, and it was funny, but it was weird. My angle to it, and I remember that day. This was the mosque. Everybody that knows that thing almost became a riot in UI that year. If anybody that knows UI very well will know that Chapel of Resurrection, which is like the official church in UI, is right by the mosque. Yeah. There's even no fence. In fact, if there are Fridays, people use the car park at chapel to park. Yeah. And on Sundays, people actually park right in front of the mosque. It has been there for years on end. So a lady that is supposed to be, it's a student that's supposed to be an evangelist, because I'm sorry, you are not supposed to judge, but I could just understand. Actually went to the mosque on Friday, covered her head, did all that, and of course now they can't stop you. Everybody, people from all over come on Fridays.
the Jumat.
Yeah, for
prayers.
the Jumat, there's only a very small percentage of people that even in UI that go to the UI mosque. It's a very large mosque that people come from like all sorts of places. And she stands up in the midst of the prayers, Friday prayers, and she starts, I think, Jesus is Lord, and give your life to Christ. Smack dab in the middle of prayers. And I remember a lot of people were going on about it, and a lot of people were hailing her, and I'm like, because because it was going to become a whole like tribe religious issue in UI. And I'm like, how tolerant would you be if you are in church on Sunday and someone is in church and says,
let's situate it. We talked about church and mosque. We know that we have traditional worshippers in Nigeria.
yeah,
People who believe in different gods, and it's their right
yeah,
to.
everybody has a right to do whatever
So
they
let's
want to do.
picture maybe Oshun-Oshogbo festival.
Yeah,
You now go there at the grove there during the height of the celebrations of Oshun-Oshogbo, and you go and shout because you think that's who are you doing it for? Did Christ ask you to do that?
do you understand? Like it always
Did
just
any prophet
it,
from Islam ask you to
do
do
you
that?
get?
And again, like we used that
It
example
just don't add up.
during your Sunday service. Someone comes and starts to shout
So-
Allahu Akbar inside your church.
Inside your church,
How will you take
how
it?
tolerant would you feel? How tolerable would you feel?
We need to be careful.
We need to break things down. And you know, it's funny.
So, Mr. Showore, it's obvious that you're behind this because you went to have a meeting with the pastor of
Yeah.
that church. I think you've gone one too far again this time.
See, I get it that everybody wants to protest. You want to do you are not even telling the government or the police. You just want to protest as much as you like. All the best. Whatever you want to do. Explain to me how private property, because let's be honest with ourselves, as much as is a church, yes, and church is a public domain and all those things, it is private property to the people that are around that want to actually, because they have rules and regulations, and that's the truth. So you think if you want to protest, go on the main road. Nobody is stopping you. People have pulled out resources to build a church, and then you think that inside their church, what did they think was going to happen? That everybody else will stand up with them? Because I don't get it.
And the thing is, when I go to church, I've gone there to commune with my God. I don't want
politics.
politics.
Nigeria's problem. I just want to pray
don't.
about my issues.
I don't want your politics. I don't want your talk of.
We know that even things like religion should not even be politicized.
Nah.
So why in the world did you think this was wonderful? Was a wonderful idea?
He said something about the system and people. Look, Oga,
Let's even remove.
this one you went too far.
Let's even
But
remove
since-
that. Adding the
since
fact
you
that.
went to church-
Adding the fact that.
You went to court the other day with someone who was dressed in a traditional what's it called
Attire.
now? No, I won't call it attire. Someone who is supposed to be a traditional
Yeah.
worshipper.
Yeah.
I don't know which of the deities that person represents or worships. If they're born on a papa well, when they do oro,
Go and tell them.
go
and
out
say,
and go and
say
shout,
Buhari must
Buhari
go.
must go.
Because let's even look at it
Just
from
try it.
the law. Yeah.
Try and fail.
Even this idea of Buhari must go. Yes, you are not wonderful. You don't like Buhari, which is not people did not like Jonathan the way people did not like. I think the person that escaped this hate was probably Yaradua.
Yeah.
Maybe because he had died too early, so there was.
Yeah, I've always said it to people. There's a honeymoon period.
Obasanjo had it too, so it's.
But once your honeymoon period is over,
It is what it is. Do you understand? Nobody is asking you to like him.
yeah.
But you honestly, let's be honest with ourselves. As much as we ask, we know when they're saying is equity. Yeah? You're asking, a lot of times we ask the government to do things by the law. According to the law, you cannot overthrow a duly elected president or a governor or a local government chairman or a House of Assembly member or anything, as long as it was an election and it's not an appointment.
There are ways within the same law. If you can't use those ways, then there's no way you can do it.
I don't get it.
There's the impeachment, there's the recall for the assembly members and all of that. But however, I won't even force you saying Buhari must go. I'm not even going to say don't say it. Say it. You're coming from an intellectual standpoint that they should know that the law does not permit blah blah blah. But no, let them say it. I don't have a problem with that because a lot of people are suffering and people really feel that Nigeria needs to get better.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not happy with this government.
Yeah.
I won't stop you. But I'm just saying.
Don't go to people's private property and
do you think it's okay to go to a church?
How I'm wondering how they formulated that idea and they felt it was wonderful.
Remember when they went to Kogi State, sent those innocent boys to Kogi State? You see what happened to them? You see that they didn't do it again? You see that it didn't happen anymore? It would have become a trend.
It would have.
Now
if
the church
they were not
too,
stopped,
if they were not stopped
at
now,
this
church,
it would have been a
see,
trend in all churches. Yes, I agree.
And at the end of the day, to what
it's chaos.
Effect?
It's really chaos.
You
at
just
the end
want
of
to
the
cause
day.
trouble using innocent young people.
And the truth is that we're already dealing with, at times it's
carry
like
your family
you're
people
just,
abroad.
you're
Come
just
Nigeria, they cause
quiet
problem.
on a lot of things.
Bring them home. Let them come and join
But
you
there
in protest.
are too many things that we're already dealing with as Nigerians. I don't think causing more chaos is going to help us.
I said it once and I'm going to say it again. The most vocal people on social media,
they don't live in Nigeria.
They don't live in Nigeria.
They are not here. So if these things
the ones
happen,
who live here, their families
are not here.
Check them out.
And
each and every one
they
of them.
literally can jump on the next plane out.
Dr. This and Mr. That and former assistant this. None of them live in Nigeria.
None of them live in Nigeria. It's very sad.
It's other people's children that they're going to be pushing
to do all.
And they all have children. You come back home,
Bring
with your children. If any of the most vocal people against this government come out, I'm going to join them. If they come out on the street with their families, I'll join. Until then
stop it. Just
stop using innocent children.
Innocent people, yeah.
Go and get your PVC. Join a party in your area.
And
APC,
get involved.
PDP,
get involved.
APGA, any party, the strongest party in your state.
Get involved.
Join them. Take over as young people. Statistically, there are more young Nigerians than there are middle-aged or old Nigerians.
And according to statistics, let's even look at it. I was reading something yesterday that just about 80 million people registered for PVCs the last time. And out of that number, only 39% of them, not 39% of Nigerians, 39% of those are the only ones that actually voted.
That's what we're saying. You have 80 million.
So if we go back, they might not even be up to 15% that determined.
You have 80 million. Error of margin and whatever. Some people have died. Some have relocated out of Nigeria. Some have misplaced their cards and they don't know how to get it. Bottom line is at least a few millions will not vote. Let's say 10 million will not vote.
Yeah.
For all these reasons.
It shouldn't be that small.
There's a 70 million somewhere that should have voted that didn't vote.
That didn't vote, yeah.
And I keep saying it. If it was anybody else, even the Shore that contested and failed, or Mogalu or anybody,
it is a game of numbers.
That 39%, the other 61%, or let's even give them 1%.
Yeah, the
60% had voted for another person. Buhari will not be president.
Yes, exactly.
That's simple.
It's really just that simple.
So
at the end of the day,
the more practical thing for you to do, if you really want to help this country, if you care, and I doubt if some of these people care about this country.
They really, it's really.
Get people
at times, I'm sorry if I'm going to bring this back, but the situation of Nigeria, when I see the Yomi Fabi with the Baba Jashamata, it just looks like a situation of Nigeria and a lot of people that call themselves so-called activists. That all they're doing is really just, and you see them because most of them are just opposition. And the truth is that if you really were in power, would you be doing what you're doing now?
No. It's when you're not eating that you're opposition.
Do you understand? That's where I see it, and it just comes off as, I don't know if it's too, what's it called, but I see
There's a former
that
senator.
it just looks off as
There's
that
a former
just
senator
comes off.
who tweets almost every hour. He's one of the busiest people on social media. I like most of the things that he writes. Some of the things he writes I don't agree with. And I keep asking myself one question. When you were in the Senate, sir,
What did you do?
what did you do?
What did you do? Yeah.
How many of these ideas did you push?
Did you push? Now you are suddenly vocal,
Yeah,
and you
there's
have an
another
idea
one
about
actually
everything that
owns
happens.
Media platforms. It's got ideas.
You always have an idea of
But what did
how
you
this
do?
thing should be. How, and this was, is this not the person
That's,
that
I'm talking about two different senators now.
you came out to, I think a month or two before they were going to leave, came out to say that the salaries of the house needs to be changed after you have collected it for how many
For
years?
4 years.
Then you just suddenly woke up when you knew that you were not coming back to the system. Please, I think they're all just really hypocritical at the end of the day. That's it.
that's
I
the
think
problem.
everybody is all about their pockets. Not the people that really care about Nigeria. I don't think they're up to 50. Anyway,
We know plenty.
talking about National Assembly though, 4 National Assembly members representing various constituencies in Zamfara State have moved from the PDP to the APC today. So 4 other House of Representatives members has blamed the crisis in PDP for their defection to the APC.
What crisis?
That's Bello Hassan Shinkafi, Ahmed Bakura, Ahmed Shehu, and Suleiman Gumi.
What crisis? We know that it is Nigerian politics. Don't come and be telling us.
Don't be.
You see, Nigerian politicians.
We
funny.
get it. We get it. You people want to move. Okay, move with your chest and
There's
just
no
keep quiet.
way, but they need to quote that as an excuse. If
it's-
they don't, their
The
decisions.
speaker will not. So you have to have a reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but what crisis? The simple thing is that your principal, your governor, the number one man in your state, crossed to the APC, and for that reason, for your political survival and relevance, you have crossed to the APC.
You have crossed. And see, and by all this, nobody is faulting you for it. It's
No,
politics.
no,
But don't be coming and be saying that
we're not.
you
dumb
did,
now.
last month or 2 months ago you didn't know, or when
There
you
was
were
no crisis.
there was no crisis that time.
The crisis started when.
I beg you. Maybe just the
But Nigerian politics.
and of course,
is
as usual,
interesting.
the what's it called?
The PDP.
The PDP have said again,
That
which
this-
I don't
this
know
is-
why
this is,
it's just talk.
It's
It's talk and
democracy
no,
in
it's-
trouble again.
Yes, democracy is in trouble, and that the speaker should declare their seats vacant. I don't know why we are always just talking. If you are going to sue them now. If not, because I think that the only reason why they're not suing them is because they know that
Any-
one day this thing will also be in their favor too.
Any-
And the minute there's a court
any
judgment, it
update-
can't happen.
Please. Any update on the deputy governor of Zamfara?
I don't know. It's not in the news yet.
he said he's not gonna switch to the
We've
party.
seen it happen before now, just a few months ago.
But this one, there's time to remove him, unlike the one in Ondo.
So we don't know.
So I'm just asking.
That's why I'm saying
I'm
that
asking you,
even
any
the
updates?
one that there was no time to remove. Where is he now?
Somewhere cooling off, chilling.
We should
out.
be asking you.
As a
Is
big
your
boy.
brother?
No, he's not. The current governor should be more of my brother than
Is
that guy.
that?
The current governor of Ondo,
Mm.
Arakunrin.
Mm.
Arakunrin is more of my brother than the other guy.
Wow.
Yeah, I am. Look, I am Ondo. I don't deny it. But Arakunrin is Owo. I am Ondo.
Okay.
That person you're talking about is, I think, Akoko or something. So, Ondo is closer to Owo.
Okay. Still talking about the National Assembly, the President of the Senate, Mohamed Lawan, has clarified that presiding officers of both chambers of the National Assembly are not in any position to determine the outcomes of the amendments to the Electoral Act. He said that this was because there were insinuations that they had removed some clauses in the Electoral Act. Basically, he's saying that anything that was not decided on the floor of the house
Still not a
that
law.
the people that in that committee cannot actually make changes to it, basically.
I've heard a lot of people complain and talk about something being removed or added. I'm like, isn't there a process for the
Process to
amendment?
things
for
like
this law?
that, exactly.
But of course, everybody, there's mutual distrust. So
I'm
everybody
I'm
is
just
taking
saying.
a hook,
So
line, and sinker.
that's
Maybe
the
it's being
thing.
proposed.
Maybe it's being proposed, but
But
you
I
know,
don't think
that's
it's
the
been passed
problem.
into
That
law.
it,
Has it been ratified?
can
Has
we
it been
can we
signed?
actually try to find the proper situation of things, and not just when somebody comes up we just pick it up, because it's almost like, not like I'm saying that where Nigeria is wonderful, yeah, but I just feel that a lot of times people are just looking for the next bad news to talk about. It's like we're waiting, like
but
literally waiting for
Doesn't
the
that
bad
mean that
news.
it fits into an agenda?
I don't know. It's very sad though. As talking about this, the southern governors, we know that they had a meeting in Lagos State yesterday. We
That's
talked
the
about
new
that.
Secretariat now.
Yeah, and they had talked about how Nigeria's next president should come from the southern region.
I don't even think it was necessary for them to say it.
To talk
If
about
you've
it,
been
yeah.
following trend since 1999, that has always been 4 years north. I mean 8 years north.
But
8 years south.
you know one thing that I appreciate with what they're doing now, because
Yeah.
we know that the north has always been one, northeast, north central, north. They've always had that
Yeah.
like
Cohesion.
Before, the south was never the south.
United.
It was always either southeast is on their own, south is on their own,
Yeah.
southwest, and they never. This is like the first time there's actually like the south.
They've always had it. It's just that it died for a while. It started out like that, the southern, but now it's actually well
Yeah.
structured now. The governors here, they're not playing party politics when it comes to matters concerning the south, and it is important because the Northern Governors Forum has been very strong.
Yeah, they are.
And
They
they've
are.
been very vocal
Yeah,
and
very
very
vocal.
organized.
Yeah,
So
they are. They are actually.
It hurts me when people start to hit the southern governors. Like, don't hit them. It's a system that they met, and
They
it's a
met
system that they
exactly.
have to make
They have to
better. They have to
make
improve
better.
it. So I'm happy
Definitely.
with most of their pronouncements, almost all.
Yeah, so moving on from that, finally, before we are out, it is the match that everybody has been anticipating.
Yeah.
Italy, Spain.
Yeah.
It's 8 p.m.
Money,
today.
money is on it. If you're a gambling person, listen to me. Check out the
Okay.
trend. The Italians, form guide, in the last 5 games they've won all.
They've won all.
Spain, they've struggled in the last 5 games. They've won maybe just 2 and played like 3 draws or something like that. So if you're gonna put your money on experience. Put your money.
But it's football.
Look,
It
I'm
could be
talking
anybody.
about Chiellini. I'm talking about Ciro Immobile and the entire Italian personnel. So it's football. Anything can happen. But I'm telling you that I see Italy going all the way to the finals tonight.
Okay, so of course we know that tomorrow also is England Denmark. Whoever wins that also would get onto the finals. So, but you know, for today it's 8 p.m. You should really catch that match. I think it's one match that
It's gonna be a cracker.
Yeah,
it's
it
gonna
will.
be like the old Italy versus Spain games from the 80s.
Yeah,
Italy versus
it's
from the
going to be
90s,
tough.
and, you
I
know,
might see an Italy winning, but it's also not going to be a walk in the park.
it won't be a walk in the park, but Italy will win still.
Okay, we'll see how that goes.
Should we bring back our betting thing and let's do it live on air?
Okay.
Are you game?
Oh yeah.
How much are we doing?
I don't know.
For the record, let's just do it now. Tomorrow,
You
I
are bringing
lose,
the
I
cash.
pay.
Yeah.
You lose, you pay. No
Okay,
games.
But I actually also think that Italy would win.
Sadly.
Exactly. I ain't putting my money on Spain. I ain't putting my money on Spain. I'm sorry. I ain't putting my
I've
money.
already started calculating the 5K that I'm going to win. from
I
you.
ain't putting my money on Spain.
Okay, 2K.
I ain't putting my money on Spain.
Bye. Is that all?
Okay, Sha. Not like I'm putting my money on Spain though, but for the sake of
Oh, it's on?
this,
How much? 1K? 2K?
if I
5K?
lose my money, you put that watching and when I'm going to return my money back to me.
How much?
Not like I really have that much trust in Spain, but you know what? For the sake of this, I think we should do it.
How much are we staking?
I'm not staking a lot of my money on Spain though.
Okay,